Hello everyone, my name is Robert, but you can call me Angela Murkrow, and in case you somehow missed the news, Diamond and Pearl remakes are finally coming to the Nintendo Switch. You'd think that Pokemon fans everywhere would be thanking Arceus for their answered prayers, right? Not quite. Some fans have been quick to dunk on the art style, which is fair. It's not my favorite, but I get why they made the choice, and it has been growing on me since. Others have been highly critical of graphics, renderings, textures, and other words about animation that I hope I'm using correctly. And though I may not understand the intricacies involved here, we can at least take some solace in these 5 words. However, I am having a tough time trying to take some comfort in these words. These are the words that are going to stick with me as each new trailer comes out. Sinnoh was founded on its mythology, so it feels weird to ask, but how faithful will these remakes be? I don't believe the developers are going to embrace Diamond and Pearl literalism, and going so far as removing hidden abilities or even the fairy type, so how much wiggle room is there in a faithful remake? Initially, the remakes are spoken about fairly broadly and redundantly. When they do talk about specifics, they single out the story, towns, and routes being the main elements getting the faithful remake treatment. These points are reiterated but more succinctly on Pokemon's website, and here they took the time to reassure players that some player-friendly conveniences would be carried over as well. That last line doesn't confirm things like Megas, Z-moves, or even Dynamax. Instead, I think that we can look forward to bottle caps, modern breeding mechanics, and some way to control or modify a Pokemon's nature. However, I am curious how HMs and recent changes to evolution will be addressed. In the original Diamond and Pearl games, some Pokemon had location-based evolution methods, like Eevee, Magneton, and Nosepass. Magneton and Nosepass needed to level up while in Mount Coronet to evolve in a Magnezone and Probopass respectively, and Eevee needed to level up while near a Mossy Rock or an Icy Rock in order to evolve into either Leafeon or Glaceon. Now, Magneton just needs to be given a Thunderstone, and Eevee can be given either a Leaf Stone or an Ice Stone. With the absence of the Nosepass line due to Dexit, will its return in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl also provide a change in its evolution method? Or will we see Magneton and Eevee revert to their original mechanics? How far is ILCA willing to go to preserve the Sinnoh region? Pokemon assures us the sense of scale in the original towns and routes have been carefully preserved. We can expect the shape, size, and layout of some areas to go untouched, but will the function of those areas go unchanged as well? Veilstone City is home to the Sinnoh region's Game Corner, an element that has since been phased out of modern Pokemon games. In ORAS, that location was just completely closed, but the Game Corner is integral to the Gen 1 stories. Let's Go kept it open, but you were unable to play any of the games. Or we could look at Pal Park, a place for players to transfer Pokemon from GBA games to Diamond and Pearl. This place is essentially obsolete with the introduction of Pokemon Home. Could it be updated to act closer to Go Park in the Let's Go games? Or will we see compatibility between this area and Pokemon Home? If we do see changes, what could they look like? We may not see updates to existing areas like the facelift Mauville City received in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they specifically emphasize the preservation of scale, so I don't think we'll see any one place grow or shrink. But this doesn't exclude seeing new areas altogether. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had the Mirage spots, Heart Gold and Soul Silver added areas like Route 47, Route 48, Cliff Cave, and the Embedded Tower just west of Sionwood City, and Fire Red and Leaf Green added the Sevi Islands. There was a history of new areas coming to remakes while still preserving the original areas. However, it's worth considering recent history as well. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee didn't have the same kind of expansion as we saw in other games. As far as remakes go, these were fairly bare bone. But this was also our second return to Kanto, created as a way to bring Pokemon Go players and a younger audience to Pokemon games on the Switch. Setting expectations low for expansion in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is a valid approach. Expect nothing and you'll receive it in abundance. Expect more and you'll be disappointed if there's less. So the question is, how much can ILCA add and still claim to faithfully preserve these areas? I'm inclined to put more weight on recent precedent like the Let's Go games. But we also have to understand that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee served a different purpose compared to Fire Red, Heart Gold, Omega Ruby, and their counterparts. Then add in that there are existing elements of Gen 4 that would need to be updated for 2021, and I think I can feel confident expecting some degree of expansion in the Sinnoh region without interfering with the scale of any one place. However, I can't say the same is true for the story. Generally, commitment to the original story would be welcome news, but there's a level of specificity here that gives me pause. Newcomers and previous visitors to the Sinnoh region alike can look forward to experiencing the original Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl stories. The original Diamond and Pearl stories. On one hand, duh, absolutely, these are Diamond and Pearl remakes. But what does that mean for story elements introduced in Platinum? Platinum gave Cyrus a deeper backstory, Platinum gave us the Distortion World, and Platinum introduced us to two new characters. Charon, a 4th commander of Team Galactic, and the curiously absent Looker. Both characters were introduced in Platinum, and Looker has gone on to appear in every generation since his debut, except in Pokemon Sword and Shield. In fact, his current absence in Gen 8 has often been cited as early hints for Gen 4 remakes, but just because his absence is suspicious, that doesn't mean his return is promised. In the reveal trailer, we already saw examples of how Ilka has chosen Diamond and Pearl over Platinum. It opens with Dawn watching a TV program about a red Gyarados, at least that screen is most likely a nod to the opening of Diamond and Pearl, and probably not a sign of the return of Dynamax. In Platinum, your character is watching a program documenting Rowan's return from Kanto. Speaking of Rowan, the trailer gives us a brief look at this scene, in which the player character and Barry first meet Professor Rowan. At least that's where you meet him in Diamond and Pearl. In Platinum, you encounter Rowan after entering Route 201, and you meet Cyrus at Lake Berry. So does this completely rule out Looker and Charon from appearing in the remakes? I would say not yet, primarily because this is speculation based off of one trailer, but the trailer does include one thing that was added in Platinum. This NPC in Floroma Town. Granted, she has absolutely nothing to do with the story of Platinum, this NPC exists to give you a Gracidia flower if you happen to have a shaman in your party. Other than that, she serves no other purpose in the game. Now, I'm not currently willing to assume that her presence means that we'll see Shaman in some capacity. Instead, I think we can look at her as hope that some elements of Platinum will come through. Currently, I'm expecting minimal changes to the story, but if the community continues to pick out Platinum elements in future trailers, then it may be safe to set our expectations a little higher. Platinum added and changed a lot from its predecessors. We may have to be on the lookout for small details like random NPCs, or they can be obvious changes like the redesigns to Amity Square and the gyms for Eterna, Veilstone, and Hearthome City. Of course, we won't have exact answers until the games are finally in our hands, but this is what I'll be paying close attention to as more information comes out. We were promised faithful remakes of the original Diamond and Pearl games. Some fans are rightly on edge wondering just how faithful these games will be, something I'm sure Ilka has debated internally as well. We each have our own expectations for what a faithful remake of Diamond and Pearl would entail. We have only seen a fraction of what's in store, some of us will need to rein in our expectations, while others should have a little bit more faith in Ilka. But where do you stand? How faithful do you think these remakes will be? Do you think that we'll see any new areas in the game? What elements from Platinum do you think will be included? Would the Diamond and Pearl remakes be more faithful if they cut Charon, Looker, and Cyrus's backstory? And be sure to like and subscribe, especially if you'd like to see more speculation around Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. My name is Angela Murkrow, and I'll catch you next time.